expert.
Welcome to today's trunk show called Celebrating AccuQuilt's 15th anniversary. Today we are sharing the company's history.
That's right, and we'll be joined by our very own Tammy Miller to provide some fun stories about AccuQuilt. I can't wait to hear all the anecdotes she's got from us.
Me too. All right.
She'll have some we have to wait until later to hear too.
Yeah, probably so. We have plenty more in store, including the history of our top product categories, fantastic prizes. You are going to love the fabric giveaway today, and an inspirational trunk show.
We want to kick off this anniversary trunk show by meeting Tammy. Tammy's currently our business-to-business or B2B sales manager. And she started working with customer experience team at AccuQuilt, one of AccuQuilt's sister companies, in April of 2000. Tammy instantly realized she wanted to travel for the company and work with the events team because she loved showing crafters and educators an easy way to cut their paper with the AccuQuilt Grand Mark die cutting machine.
Years later, Tammy transferred to the AccuQuilt side of the company as our events manager. Since her favorite thing about events was talking to the attendees, she moved over to the sales team. Tammy started quilting in 2012, and if it wasn't for the Go fabric cutter, she wouldn't have completed the 15 quilts she's made since then. Tammy loves spending time with her family and friends, preferably in the great outdoors. She especially enjoys being with her two daughters, son-in-law, and she has the sweetest, cutest new grandbaby, Charlie.
That's right. All right, come on over, Tammy.
Yay.
Hello, it's so good to have you here today,
I'm excited
dear.
to be here.
Listen, this was a good day to come. We have cupcakes.
We do.
I like
'Cause
cupcakes.
it's
It's
a
our
party.
anniversary.
It's a party. So you've been with the company since before AccuQuilt was born. What fun story? We'll give you your first fun story to share about those very early days.
I can do that. Well, we used to sell a tool at AccuQuilt at schools, churches, and libraries, and those customers would inevitably ask about the shapes for their families who quilted. The more questions they asked, the more we realized we needed to help those quilters with a tool that helped them quickly and accurately cut shapes. That's when we started with the AccuQuilt Go fabric cutter.
That is such an awesome story. And it was so amazing that the first cutter was actually created because of our partnership with AccuQuilt.
Yeah, it really goes to show that listening to the customer's needs is one of the easiest way to come up with new ideas, especially because of AccuQuilt's slogan.
Yes, at AccuQuilt, we help you cut time.
So you can quilt more.
Exactly. So I have some stories that I can share, but let me make sure we're ready for our trunk show today.
Okay.
I will see you ladies soon.
All right,
Okay,
sounds good.
Thanks, Tammy.
All right, Tammy's going to be joining us today in and out throughout the show.
Yes.
But right now we want to take a minute to jump into our time machines and go back 15 years when the original Go fabric cutter was introduced at the International Quilt Festival in Houston, Texas.
That's right. Now, our very own Lynn Gibney was recently telling me how thrilling that experience was for her. It was a transportation delay, and she literally had to run from her hotel to the conference center with our very first Go machine to show it off. There was a room full of over 300 quilters anxiously waiting for its arrival.
It's amazing. Now that original Go launched along with 17 dies plus the Go value die that came in the box with the cutter. So let's talk about our Go value die. Right.
Where do we put it? We have
right here.
so many things to share.
So many things. Okay, so this is the Go value die. It has 3 shapes. Has a 4.5-inch square, 2.5-inch square, 2.5-inch half square triangles. 1/4-inch seam allowance built in, right?
So they'll finish it too.
Yep.
And they'll all work together.
They'll all work together. And this is great because, you know, we've cut off those dog ears. But this is the current version of the value die. We'll show you the original in just a few minutes.
That's right. Now, those first dies included 8 geometric shapes that all worked together that later became the cube, along with our all-time favorite 2.5-inch strip cutter. So we're going to talk about the dies in just a little bit, so keep watching.
All right, so I think Tammy's here.
Oh, Tammy's got something?
Well, it looks like we're ready to show off the first quilt in our trunk show today.
Okay.
Now, I want to know, okay, so this is our first quilt, and it is it uses those shapes, right, on the value die.
On the value die,
die.
yeah.
So here's the square and the half square
square.
triangles,
And
right?
the small
And the
squares.
small squares. And do you know the name of this, Tammy? You would.
The value, what did
It's
it
called Go For It.
Go for it. It's
Yeah.
been around a while.
Yeah.
And I love this pattern because it's really simple. If you're new to quilting, if
Mm-hmm.
you're new to AccuQuilt, you could totally make it in a weekend.
Yep, absolutely,
Now,
absolutely.
Tammy, I want to know what happened after we introduced the Go. So what happened next? Because Eric and I were both here for that.
Yes.
So the Go fabric cutter got a little sister, the Go Baby, in 2010, later rebranded as the Go Me, providing a lighter weight, more portable, and more economical way to get started with the fabric die cutting system. That introduction found me at Quilt Market wearing a giant baby costume, which thankfully nobody seems to have pictures of.
I want pictures. I want
too
pictures.
bad.
Well, then in 2014, after Pam and I had joined the company, we decided to go big and we launched the Go Big electric fabric cutter, making cutting your project as easy as pushing a button.
Now, there have been plenty of other innovations along the way. Most recently, we've upgraded the handle on the Go fabric cutter to the new Comfort Grip handle. But for right now, again, let's take a look at that pattern that we made and tell us just the name of it, Tammy. It's called Go For It.
Go
Go
For
For
It.
It
Go
wall.
For It wall hanging.
Yep. And this is a free pattern on the AccuQuilt website, so you can download it today.
Yep, and I remember it well. This is the original version.
Excellent.
That's right. That's right. We had an updated version on the show a couple weeks ago.
We did.
Well, quilters, we've got plenty more coming up. Tammy, can you get some more quilts, find some more quilts for us?
You bet, ladies. I'll
bet
be
you
back in just a
can.
bit.
There are just piles and piles
So
of
many.
them. They're so organized, thanks to Brock. All right,
Yes.
quilters, since today we're celebrating AccuQuilt's anniversary, yes, there is cake, we want to know, how long have you had your AccuQuilt fabric cutter?
So let us know in the comments wherever you stream our show.
Now, I know that I've had my cutter since I started with the company in 2012.
And I have had mine for 10 years as well. How about that?
Imagine that, we share the same anniversary almost.
Almost.
Now, we mentioned earlier that cutting with a Go started with a total of 18 dies, including that Go value die that we looked at earlier. But they didn't always look the same. So hold on here, Erica, I'm
Yes.
going to grab this one.
That was a great point. Okay, so give me this one.
Yes, this is the one
So
as
this
you
is
see it
the
today.
one that, as we see it today.
Now, look at this, quilters. You can hardly even, here, I got to find the shapes. There we go. The shapes on it. So we didn't have that two-tone foam.
That's right.
Which is our trademark
Right.
product. So right here were the shapes on the value die. So it had the same square, the smaller square, and then it actually had a total of 4 half square triangles.
That's right. Now, originally, like you see, the foam was all one color on a die, making it more hard to cover and cut just one shape
Right.
and know where that was on the die. Now, we know how much quilters love their fabric because we love our fabric.
Yes.
So we figured out how to make our dies with that patented two-tone foam.
Now, this was an important update that helped make every die more user-friendly. And speaking of dies, let's talk about those early geometric shapes. Those early dies introduced quilters how easy it was to how easy quilting was, because we cut off those dog ears,
Yes.
we added that 1/4-inch seam allowance, and like we looked at earlier on
Right.
the value die.
Right, exactly. This unique feature meant that quilters could actually save even more than 90% of the time they would normally spend cutting with a rotary cutter when using the AccuQuilt system. Now, another one of those great first early dies was the Go Tumbler. And this is the 6.5-inch, 6-inch finished. So
Now
here's
we have
the die.
Right, we have 3 sizes of the
Yes.
tumbler. This one works perfect with layer cakes. The medium size works great with those charm squares.
Yes.
And the other ones, the smaller one works with fat quarters
And scraps.
and scraps. Okay,
Fabulous.
so this is our tumbler die, and actually it's one of our favorite dies. Look, we've cut off the dog ears here, just like we did on our half square triangles and quarter square triangles. And this is the #1 die that Eric and I reach out when we're working with new quilters.
Yes.
And in fact, this was the first die I used to make a full quilt here at AccuQuilt.
Yes.
And was it yours as well?
No, because I'm difficult like that and I use the winding ways.
She is difficult like this. But this one is great for scraps, and it can bust through your stash. And again, you're going to be able to put those pieces together perfectly because of those dog-eared corners.
Right. It's actually easier to put together a quilt and make it perfect looking with this die than even with squares.
Right.
Because of those dog ears.
Right, because sometimes squares you don't get that perfect 1/4 inch seam and then it's
Right.
all wonky, but this one is never
And you can
wonky.
lay it out in a design, you can lay it out scrappy.
Yes.
Now those early geometric dies also included some other great shapes. We had the Go Isosceles triangle, which I love, the Go hexagons, and we want to look at some projects made from some of those early dies. Tammy, have you found something for us?
I have. This is the Bright Sampler quilt.
Yeah, and this one is so fun because it's truly a sampler, right? It has the pinwheels and the squares. Flying geese, we'll talk about those, how they're in every single cube. This is actually one of my very favorite shapes that's square in a square.
Right, or square on point.
And this one's fun that it has sashing.
So this is made with these are 12-inch blocks. This is made with those original geometrics that we came out with, right, Tammy?
Yeah, it's so pretty. All right, and I think you have another one. Here, we'll show you the back.
Let me grab this one.
We have to show everybody the back. They love to see.
Oh,
that.
yes.
Look at how bright and pretty that is.
Isn't that pretty?
Okay.
Just
I'll take
really
this from
basic
you.
quilting. So here's one with the tumbler. Now this is a this is a redo.
This is so
This is
great.
so gorgeous. So this is such a great pattern. We just updated it with some fresh fabric.
And I love the fabric choices here because they're so modern and so pretty. And again, look how perfect those seams come together.
Yeah.
With this. I think Ellen Alt made this.
Yes, yes.
And Erica, you want to talk over there on your side about the half
So these, you
tumblers?
can see that she just went ahead, Ellen went ahead and just squared these off. So it's a little bit more than a half of a tumbler. She just squared it off by trimming it so that it would all be even on the sides.
Right.
Now you could leave it on that, you know, but you would need to cut bias binding with, of course, your 2.5-inch strip die.
Yeah.
If you did that.
This was my first quilt, Pam, when
Was
you were
it a
talking about.
tumbler?
Yep, my first quilt.
I made two. I made one for my twin niece and nephew.
Yes, I
great niece and
remember
nephew.
that.
And who did you make yours for?
My friend Susie.
How fun.
Housewarming gift for her.
There you go.
Yep. So I have so many quilts I want to share. I'll be back later with some
All right,
more.
you can take that one.
All right. Oh, you let her take it.
I know, I regretted it the minute I
The
said
minute it was out of your mouth.
All right, after going over the history of our geometric dies and sharing some inspiration, I think we should give away $100 in AccuQuilt reward points to a lucky viewer who registered for today's show so they can get started on their next geometric quilt.
Excellent idea. The lucky registered viewer winning $100 in AccuQuilt reward points is Party Horn, please.
I love it.
It's Wanda H. from Sandwich, Illinois. Congratulations.
Wanda. Okay, I want to know if in Sandwich, Illinois, they have a signature sandwich.
I bet they hear that all the time.
I bet they do. Wanda, tell us in the comment section.
Hey,
All right.
and while you're watching, keep an eye on the set because you're going to see little bits and pieces on the set from past shows, from past. He took the clangers out of the
Took
cowbell.
The clangers on the cowbells because he knew I would ring it.
He taped it up.
Taped it. All right.
Rock.
Me and the cowbells. All right. Another one of those first dies is still absolutely our most popular die 15 years later, and that is the 2.5-inch strip die. So let's talk about it here.
Yep.
With this die, you can cut with the fabric strips for borders, binding, sashing, and more. You can even cut bias binding. And we did a show. I did a show just last Wednesday.
That's right. You
All
did.
about binding using this strip die. So remember, all of our videos live on our Facebook page, our YouTube page, and our website. So you can go back and watch them later if you missed the original launch.
That's right. Now, why don't you hand me this one and go get the other one? Because our original strip dies didn't look like this. They had dark foam. Making the change to a light foam meant that we could print these angled guidelines that you see on the die.
Right.
And that would help you easily make strips into squares and diamonds. And this is what they used to look like.
Yes, and this one lives at my house. This is the 6.5-inch strip die. And the reason it lives at my house is because it has that single foam. It was a test die that we used. And then we came out with a two-tone foam. It was interesting. My granddaughter Oakley, when she first saw this, she said, "Why do you have a blank die?"
Oh.
I thought that was kind of a funny
Yeah.
thing to say.
Now, if you have some of these single-tone foam dies, strip dies, you can still have angled guidelines on there. Use a light-colored permanent marker and your quilting ruler, and you can mark those same lines. Remember, no die police. Nobody's going to stop you.
Yeah, no one's going to
Thank you,
stop
ma'am.
you. You bet. All right, don't forget our strip die collection has grown to 18 strip dies, ranging from 1 to 6.5 inch strips. Do you have a favorite size besides 2.5?
The 1.5. I reach for that probably more than any other strip die.
Really? What do you use it for?
I don't know. I seem to use it a lot for sashing. And just to have that little hint of a smaller border.
Right.
But I also use it when I do flange binding. It's
1.5, 1 3/4.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, and don't forget you can use our strips to create your own jelly rolls. 2.5 inch strip makes your own jelly
right.
rolls for all kinds of projects.
And speaking of 2.5 inch strip dies, I've got a sample over
Oh,
here.
here, I will hold.
Okay. I think Tammy left this over here for me.
That was nice
spotted
of her.
it.
Okay.
Yes. This is the Go Strip Star Sampler. Now it has Riley Blake fabrics on it. It's super bright and fun. And it's all made, except for the outer border, with that 2.5 inch strip die.
Right, and if you watch, we have lots of videos to show you how to make those diamonds to cut them on your strip die.
Yep.
And I love this quilt. I think it's so bright and beautiful and fun and just ready for spring since it's a balmy, I don't know, 6 degrees outside today.
Something like that. And it's got 4 different blocks in the corners. You could, of course, change that up if you wanted to and have them all match, but I think it's just really fun.
I love it. All right, and I just really love how great our strip dies are.
I do too.
I never cut strips without a die.
No. All right, now, you know it's never a bad idea to have strip dies handy because if you're missing a size of strip die, I guarantee you that's the one you're going to need for your next project.
It is. All right, how about we give away another $100 in AccuQuilt reward points so we can help another lucky viewer who's registered for today's show grab perhaps another strip die for their collection.
Let's do that.
Okay.
All right, the second lucky registered viewer winning $100 in AccuQuilt reward points today is Party Horn, please. Susan R. from Flowery Branch, Georgia. Congratulations.
I'm loving seeing all the things on
I
this
am
set.
too.
It's super
All of
fun.
our little props from past releases and shows and
All right, now no overview of our dies would be complete without including our applique and project dies.
Yes.
In fact, some of our initial dies were actually applique dies.
right, like the Go Circles, the Go Round flower that we've got over here. Now, AccuQuilt applique dies have always been designed for fusible applique. And what that means is that you go ahead and iron fusible onto the back of your fabric before you cut it on your die. The fusible will count as half a layer. That means you can cut up to 4 layers of fused quilting cotton all at once. We've got a variety of fusible products available for you on our website, so be sure to check them out.
All right, now that's really just the beginning. Applique days are great for all kinds of projects, and they're gonna cut other fabrics
Right.
like felt and craft foam and wool and denim and more. But today, we're gonna go traditional and cut pieces from fused cotton, and we're gonna use the round flower die. And Erica's gonna show you how to lay the fabric, and I'm gonna grab a mat.
Okay, you do that. So we've got our stem here, and I did 2 layers of most of the colors here. I don't know why, I just did. And
Because
this
you
is a
can.
really fun die because you can kind of mix and match these pieces.
And here's our great tip. We save our fused scraps.
We do save our fused
'Cause
scraps.
sometimes you need just a piece that's that big.
And so we save them, we hold on to them. I have a special little basket for them.
All right, now quilters, remember any die that is 6 inches wide or smaller, this is a 5 by 10
Right.
die, will fit through your Go Me.
Your Go Me.
And, well, it'll fit through all of your cutters. And this one, because we're gonna use our Go Big, could actually run 2 in one
Yes.
pass. All right, so we're gonna cut our flower. I do love the
This is
sound
fun.
of a Go Big working. Just
It's
saying.
so easy. It's so easy.
All right, so we're gonna give it a little love because boy, look at how staticky
Oh, it
it
just
is
all
here.
stuck.
It's okay, we'll pull them right off.
Yep. Here's our stem.
Yep. And our leaves.
So we're gonna.
Super staticky here.
This is such a fun die. It was an early one, but it's just a great one because you can really layer up and change out the design of your.
Right. And remember, quilters, you don't have to cut all the shapes on the die. It's only going to cut where there's fabric and a mat.
Right, right.
So if you just
me do
needed big
this.
flowers, you could have them. If you just needed circles, you could have them, because guess what? No one should cut circles by hand unless you're like,
Look how perfect those are.
look at how fun that is.
Look at how perfect they are. But you know, oh, and here's our leaves.
Yes. Did we get 2 stems for you?
No, I only made one.
Oh, there we
Don't know
go.
why. I just
Okay.
made one.
Okay.
But you know, there's something missing here.
Yes. What is that?
Well, we have a flower, but we don't have any vases for it,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
May I have the die, please?
Yes.
All right. So
This is her big show trick.
This is our big show trick. So
It was worth coming for.
yes. So we're going to start with a piece of fabric, and I'm going to fold it in half, and I'm going to lay it over the die. Now, don't anybody panic on me, okay?
Already you're
panic.
stressed. Everybody's
Don't panic.
stressed.
This little bit that's hanging over the edge, it's okay. I want it there, and I'll show you why. All right, Miss Pam. Here you go. The big ta-da moment is going to
Okay.
come.
I love it when we have a good parlor trick.
Yes, we do love a good parlor trick. We have several, but I think this is one of our favorites.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're going to pull that off, and I'm going to take, oh, I had it just a little too high
here,
up.
I'll give you
I
some
need the
scissors.
scissors.
Hey, we have Karen K. Buckley scissors on our
I cut
website.
it just a little too long. I had that.
Oh, there you go. That's okay.
That's okay.
Hold, please.
Okay.
Look at that. Ta-da. That's the best trick ever.
There you go.
Yeah.
Tammy's applauding from
There
the
we
wings.
go.
Thank you, Tammy.
So just remember, it's only going to cut where there's fabric and a mat.
That's right.
So Erica just offset her mat just a little bit.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Now, this is a great reminder to think about the different ways you can use shapes on your dies.
Yes.
Now, another category of dies that works so well with applique wasn't part of our first collection. Can you guess what it is?
These are dies that have work to do, and they are our project dies. Now, some of our most popular project dies are our Go pennants. I think you see some hanging
Yes,
behind
they're
us.
hanging above your head.
The Go oven mitt, and our 2 sizes of Go bowl cozies. So let's take a look at some projects using these. Okay, Tammy, have you found some things?
I've been having so much fun going through our samples. Let's start with the chitter chatter. I
Oh.
have it right here.
She's so excited she forgot
I
to bring the
was
quote with her.
thinking project dies. I forgot about the chitter chatter.
We have so many things to cover today. This is a great example of using applique in all different ways. I love this one.
So this is circle because you should never cut circles by hand. We have 18 different dies that cut circles, and birds and flowers and strips for the tree. On this, we used our 6-inch cube to make these shapes along with a 6-inch square, but Tammy had a great idea.
Yes, you could use an 8-inch cube or the 5-inch cube, anything you want. If you happen to have it at home.
There's no die police.
That's right.
And this fabric is some of my favorite fabric ever. All right, Tammy, can we see the back?
We know how you love the back, ladies.
Look at that.
Quilters do
Ladies
like
and
to see the
gentlemen,
back.
Look at
There
how
you
pretty
go.
that is.
It's really fun fabric.
All right, I will hold this for you.
All right, now the next one coming up uses the round flower die.
And
The
the flying geese.
flying geese die.
Comes with the Go Big Electric.
That's right.
Right.
So this is the Go Wallflower wall hanging by Robert Kaufman, and it uses the flying geese die that comes in the box with the Go Big, or the flying geese out of what size cube, Pam?
The 12.
The 12.
And the round flower that
Round
you
flower?
just were cutting
We
with.
just cut with. And this is so fun because the flowers are in the corners. This is what we call like a perfect pattern template.
Yes.
Right, you could put penguins in the center. You could put all sorts of flamingos. You could put all sorts of things in the center. Gingerbread cookies.
Hearts.
You could totally make it your own. Hearts for Valentine's Day. It's coming up.
You can get started right out of the box with the Go Big Electric.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get you some
Fabulous.
flying geese. Get you some flying
That's
geese. All right,
right.
I'll take this.
All right. Speaking of gingerbread,
Yay!
here we go. Here is the Go Gingerbread Crossing wall hanging. The gingerbread cookie was one of our fastest selling dies of all time.
It was.
When it launched.
It
I
was.
remember that.
Yes, vividly.
Vividly. We ran out. Everybody wanted one.
We could
couldn't get it.
not bake them fast enough
Nope.
for you all, quilters.
And again, we put it inside with the cube. Again, this is a perfect template pattern. You
Right.
could make it in the weekend. You could add penguins. You could add Valentine's. I just love it.
Nice tabletopper.
Stars,
Yes.
hearts,
Just
anything.
A gift.
Yeah. Yeah, a quick little gift.
And this has got really whimsical, Christmassy quilting on it too. It's got snowflakes and it's really fun.
Now, this just a reminder that we have free embroidery downloads for all of our
Yes.
applique shapes. We have the blanket stitch, the satin stitch, and the motif stitch. And then our good friends at V-Stitch have some really creative ones that they have created as well.
That's right.
I like that. I'll take this.
Right.
All right.
I
Next
know what's
up.
next.
Yes, project dies.
I'll give this to Tammy.
Did you make this for me, Erica?
I did.
Erica and I
love
have
it.
made so many oven mitts.
So many.
I love this because it's a really a great gift. You can put cookies and our,
Like a spatula.
spatula and
Yes.
a wooden spoon and
And
make it a gift.
recipes and
Yep.
all kinds of fun things.
And
It's
there
really
are
fun.
lots of ways to, these have Insulbright, which we sell on our website.
Right.
Make sure that you have that layer of Insulbright to protect your hands. Here was one of our viewers came up with this great idea on how to sew this together
And how to bind it.
and how to bind at the top. So you always want to quilt it first.
Then cut it.
Then cut it. And then they just put a little 1/4 inch seam here and then added that binding to the back, pulled it around to the front. And now when they go to sew it together, they can make the loop and then it'll just come together perfectly.
And turn it.
Yeah,
And turn
lots of ways to do that.
Yes.
All right.
And then, of course, we have our bowl cozies.
And we have
this has been
two
such
sizes.
a popular one that we came out with another size.
Tammy has not seen these
I
yet.
have not seen the small. I have the large.
Together.
Right, together. Isn't that great? Really tells the difference between the
It
sizes.
is.
They work together. And bowl cozies are great because we have Wrap and Zap, which is available on our website, that you can put in the center of these. Now, if you're going to add an applique to it, you can no longer put it in the microwave.
Right. And you
Is
couldn't
that-
use this one in the microwave because it's got metallic.
It has
on it.
metallic. Yeah, so-
Everything has to be 100% cotton. Great
And then,
reminder.
look, in time for the Super Bowl.
There you go.
Fun fact, first time in the history of the Super Bowl, two brothers are going to play against each
Yes.
other. And we want the Kansas City Chiefs to win and whoever else they're playing. Good luck.
And,
Good luck.
and I saw a picture of their mother, Mama Kelsey.
Yes,
and
Mama
she
Kelsey.
had like a Kansas City
Yes.
jersey with Eagles sleeves.
Yeah, she is a hybrid of it.
Yes.
So good luck on the Super Bowl.
All right. The next one up is so cute. This is the Go Wading Pool Love pillow. This is a pillow cover.
This is Terry Vandenbosch.
Yes, thank you. This is Maywood Studio fabric that she used. And here's our fun fact about our flamingo. The flamingo die was our first virtual event launch die in 2020, and it was our first die to try die.
It was, and it sold out in just a hot minute.
Yes.
And we had the opportunity here in Omaha to do some community outreach, and we actually sponsor a flamingo at the Omaha Henry Doorly Zoo. Do you remember her name?
Yes, we had a contest
We
to
did.
name her, and we named her Lulu.
Yeah, and she's super cute. But I love everything about this. Look at this fun quilting that Terry did on the top.
Yes.
Just kind of random. Yeah, so I love the flamingo.
I do too.
So I have one more quilt that I'm just dying to share. It's really
Oh.
special to me.
I saw that you put this over here, and I was not surprised.
I have always loved this. It uses the Go Daisy applique die. Let's see
Oh,
if
right
I can
here in the
find
corner.
the top.
Yep, right here in the corner. Here, we'll help you.
All righty, thank you. I'm new at this.
Yes, you're doing a great job. You're
Yes,
doing
you
a great
are.
It also uses geometric shapes and plenty of our strip dies as well.
Yes.
So here's triangle and a square, here's square and a square, rectangle. These are familiar shapes from the cube. And there's that daisy. And what's the name of this, Tammy?
Go Boxing the Compass Throw Quilt.
And you just love it. Tell us when is Boxing Day. We figured this out.
Oh my goodness, it's December 26th.
There you go.
Canadian.
Yes, in the UK they
the UK.
celebrated as well.
Yep.
All right.
So I think I'll take this one with me. I do love it. Sorry, Erica.
It's all right. I
Right.
knew she would. I knew she would.
I feel like she hasn't, Lynn isn't even here.
Lynn isn't even here, and we've already lost 2 quilts.
Yeah. All right, the only thing we can think about missing is fabric. Listen, they're gonna give this away.
And it is
I
so
love
fun.
it. Is Riley Blake, thank you, Riley Blake.
Yes.
So it's all quilting fabric. So here's spools of thread and
Little
the
sewing
tomato,
machines.
So fun fact, my son Taylor's a tattoo artist and he has a tomato pin cushion tattoo in honor of me.
Does he?
He does.
That's very sweet.
know.
I didn't know that.
And buttons, look at this, Erica, and tape measure,
Oh, this is so fun.
sewing machines.
So fun.
I just really want it all.
I
But they're
know.
gonna make us give it away.
We are going to give it away. Even though Riley Blake was nice enough to give it to us, Riley Blake intends us to give it away.
Yes. So the first winner of a Riley Blake fabric selection is Party Horn, Please. It is Anita R. of Southborough, Massachusetts.
Congratulations. All right, our second winner of the selection of this fun fabric is Party Horn, Please. Rena F. from Lafayette, Indiana. Congratulations.
Okay, I do have some of this Riley Blake, but not this whole collection.
Not the whole collection.
Dang. A huge shout out to Riley Blake for
I
sponsoring
think you
today's
brought
trunk
me-
show.
I think you brought me a fat
I
quarter
did.
of that. Yeah.
I did. Our quilters are going to love making their projects with it, and apparently Eric and I will as well.
That's right.
All right, now, no AccuQuilt history would be complete without talking about one of our innovative bob or block on board dies. Now, we've had some classic blocks like Rob Peter to Pay
Yes.
Paul, Winding Ways, which we both used this year
Yes.
for projects. They came out early in AccuQuilt's history.
That's right. And although more followed, it wasn't until the Go Hunter Star burst out onto the scene that the phrase block on board was really created. And at first it was just something that we used internally.
That's right. In fact, we were known to make some pretty fun comments about Bob, like first date with Bob, and
I'm
what do you
spending the evening with Bob.
Bob and I are watching a movie later. But the concept of having all the shapes to create a specific quilt die or quilt block on one die board was so innovative that we patented that, right?
Yes.
It is
Yeah.
now. All right, and we decided that we should just go for it.
That's right. So let's take a closer look at our Go Hunter Star block and die. So here's the block. Now we talk about this being a 6-inch finished block because here's our block, okay?
Yes.
But you put 4 of them together, that makes this 12-inch finished complete block. And this is how the star in the middle comes in.
Right, and you could totally make this 2 colors, which is typically, or you
Right.
could make it scrappy like this, okay? So let's show the die.
Yes.
So this one is so fun, and this one has this first one. So here's an AR,
Yes.
which I say is A right, but it's actually reverse,
Oh, well, there you go.
right? And then, so it only has 4 shapes. This is so you know that there's an A, and then on the right side, there is another
Yes.
shape.
Yes.
Typically, if we have a directional shape, we have to put our fabric facing up.
Yes.
But this one, we could fan fold since we have that A and AR.
Yes.
So we're gonna cut a 2-color block. Again, this would fit through your Go Me, but we're gonna use our Go Big because we can.
That's right.
And this is probably one of the easiest dies to use. It looks a little complicated, and I'm gonna tell you, quilters, it's not. If you're looking for a first bob die, this should be it.
My daughter, Dana, used this for her very first quilt.
Yes.
She made it king size.
Yes. It took her a minute.
It did take a minute.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna lay out a block. So we've got, if we're doing the pink
As the brown.
as the brown, well, if my fingers work a little bit better,
There we go.
and then we'll use,
Yes. So quilters, we want you to know, here's how you know you've done it right. If you line up these pieces just like this, there, that is correct.
yep,
That is correct. Sometimes we get a little wonky and we don't line them up right, but that's gonna work, okay? So, and then you're going to just build the opposite. So you're going to do the purple here and the pinks on either side. Yep. I stole your fabric. Did you see that?
I did.
Okay. Look at that.
Look at that.
And then, like we said, 4 of those sewn together makes a 12-inch finished block.
Right.
Here are the arrows from the hunter. 4 together make the star.
Love that block. It's
I know.
such a classic.
So if you're thinking today, if you're new to AccuQuilt, you're thinking, what should I do? This is the die you want to get if
It's a
you're looking
great
for a
one.
bob die.
It is.
Okay?
Okay.
I miss cutting out a hunter star with you ladies.
Yes,
Okay.
you did.
We got
You
super
did.
excited. We're sorry that we didn't wait, but I guess you have some.
You brought a quilt.
She brought a new sample of a quilt.
Of course.
Yes.
Starting with the festive hunter star quilt.
So on our website, this festive hunter star pattern is just 2 colors. It's red and white. But this makes me so happy because not
a
only,
grunt.
oh my gosh, just all of the
Scrappy Heart is singing.
singing. So look, all of the lights are scrappy and all of the darks are scrappy. And I'm calling this a stripe binding even though it's 2023. I love it. I love it. And Tammy, can you show us the back?
Very cute.
Ooh,
Look at that.
gorgeous.
I love this. And it was really simple, just kind of waves to kind of help with that. Okay? I will take this.
And
Now,
the-
here, this is one of our most popular patterns and Bach on board dies. It's the Go Scrappy Log Cabin Quilt. It's made with our log cabin die that was designed by Leslie Main, and it was a huge hit when it first hit, and it has stayed huge ever since.
Okay, I'm loving this new modern version.
I
This is
am
great
too.
with the batiks. So again, the batiks are of the same line, right? They're a little bit scrappy, but look at this. And the stripes are subcut so they match onto the block.
It's so fun.
I really like it. And the great thing about log cabin, you could make a 6-inch block or a 7 or a 9. There's no die
Right.
piece.
would you consider this binding?
Stripe? I would.
Would you like
By
to?
by the end of 2022, which it was my goal, there was a lot of leeway on what a stripe was. So look at the back of this, but look at this beautiful quilting.
Yeah, see,
Lots of swirls and motion.
it's done so that we've got very angular shapes with our log cabins on the, but then we've got the real swirly quilting to really set it off. Now, there's one hanging behind us that I know
Tammy's
is
gonna
one of-
talk
is
about.
another one of Tammy's favorites.
Yes, it is my favorite because it is using the Drunkard's Path die, but not only that, it's actually using 2 sizes of the Drunkard's Path die. And I love how it frames this center
Yes.
sun. And I love the colors. It's just beautiful. It's meant a lot to me for many, many years.
It's been around a long time. It's really pretty.
In case you
Drunkard's Flower
wondered,
Path.
we do get emotionally attached to our samples.
is true.
We
This
really
I
do.
do love the new samples we have
do.
in the studio today.
We do. All right, now,
One
coming
more.
up next, we want to talk about cubes. And Tammy, do you think you could find a few cube samples for us?
I could. The cube system was such a huge development for AccuQuilt. It really changed everything. Let me see what I can come up with.
Okay.
And I'm sure I can find about a few dozen.
Okay.
Yeah, at least.
All right, go take a look.
All right. The introduction of the cubes in 2015 was really, really huge. And it started with 4 sizes, and Erica has them, of mix and match
I do. I do.
blocks. I have the other 4. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so we start with the 6-inch cube, then we went to the 8-inch cube, the 9-inch cube, and the 12-inch finished blocks. And this was really an easy way for customers to get started with the geometric shapes. Remember, in the cube, they have 8 geometric shapes. They're all the same shapes. They're just different sizes. And we probably have 87 gazillion videos,
Yes,
which
we
is
do.
more than 3
Yes, we do.
on our website.
Now, the cube took the guesswork and the intimidation factor out of trying to decide what geometric shapes to get first. And it gave you 8 all at once that would all work together. They came boxed together in their own self-contained storage unit, and they even came with a cutting mat and with free patterns.
Now, we had 72 blocks laid out that you could make with your mix and match cube. Oh, but there are so many more possibilities.
Yes.
The cubes are based on a 4-patch system or a 2x2 grid, okay? And shape number 1 in every cube is a square.
Yep.
And then 4 of those shapes combined together make a finished block. So this came from the 8-inch cube.
Right.
4 of them sewn together equals an 8-inch block. So this is also a 4-patch, right? So here we have the
There's your
big half square
unit.
triangle and the quarter square triangles. 4 of them sewn together, in this case, makes an 8-inch block.
That's right. No matter what cube you have, the shapes are all the same, just the different sizes, like Pam said. So here we go with the original 4 sizes.
The Fab Four,
The
like
Fab
the
Four.
Beatles.
Yeah. So the next year we expanded the cube family by introducing our first cube specialty set, and it was called Serendipity by designer Aditya Sitar. Now this cube also has 8 dies, but it has both geometric and applique shapes, plus exclusive patterns that are only available inside of that cube and embroidery.
Yep.
So this is the small butterfly,
Yes.
which is one of the dies inside of the cube. So it has and the wings are separate
Right.
and from the body so that you can totally mix and match those shapes.
And one of the things about Aditya, she loves to create butterflies that are different colors, right?
Yes.
The tops and the bottoms. So a great way to use up your stash, use up your scraps. And again, if you have an embroidery machine, it comes with exclusive embroidery files.
That's right.
All right,
right.
then we also added the Go Companion Set Classics with our first 4 cubes, each with 4 more shapes that would work with the same mix and match cube to make over 144 blocks that we designed, but infinitely more blocks that you could create on your own.
Exactly. Now those were later retired, which opened the door for us to release the Go Companion Set's angles and corners to set quilters up for making over, get it, 216 different blocks. Then, for our 10th anniversary, we introduced the 10-inch finished block size to the cube family. We traded off, you took them.
Yeah, I
there we
got
go.
'em.
Okay, so here's the 10. You can see the difference between the 10 and the 12.
Yep. Now, in the midst of the pandemic in 2020, we introduced our quilters to something new. The Go Cube English paper piecing 1-inch finished sides. And it has 4 popular shapes and dies to cut both paper and the fabric. So I'm going to move our 12-inch cube
Yes.
for 1 minute and we're going to show. So here were some of the blocks that you could make. This was a great, if you're never done English paper piecing,
so fun.
super easy. So you can see how it cuts the paper and the fabric. These little holes are so you can pop those papers out when you're ready
Right.
to sew them together like we did here. And it came with these great shapes. So it came with the hexagon, the half hexagon, the diamond, and the triangle.
They're fabulous.
They're just fabulous.
They're so fun. If you've never tried English paper piecing, it's great.
Yes, and our good friend Carolina Moore, she did this great bag. I love this tote bag.
So much.
It's called the Go Butterfly Tote. Again, all of the patterns we show you today are free patterns available at AccuQuilt.com.
Yep.
And this one was great because it used all 4 shapes in the
Yes.
English paper piecing and then a variety of strip dies on the back.
So fun.
That. And it's padded. Look at this, Erica.
Padded, it's really strong. Would be great for taking along to packing up with projects to take to a
Yep.
retreat or wherever
And
you're
it was
going.
made to take your little English paper piecing or
Yep.
cube and the little Go Me.
Yes, it'll fit them both in there and you're all set.
Okay.
Now, we proved that great things come in little packages by adding the 4 and 5-inch finished block sizes to the cube family over the next 2 years.
All right, so we're going to add them right here.
Over the last 2 years, rather.
Over the last 2 years. So here's the 5-inch cube, and here's Erica's all-time favorite, the 4-inch
The
cube.
4-inch cube.
I'm loving the 5-inch cube. I think it's great. That means we have 7 sizes of mix and match cubes with both companion sets, corners and angles. All right, Tammy, come join us.
Okay. Oh, she's got a sample.
I was so anxious to bring this one out. It's the Cube 9-inch diamond star throw quilt. and that uses Robert Kaufman fabrics.
And this was the first pattern we made using our cube system. This came in 9 inches. We made it for 8 and 12 and so forth. I love the colors of this, the concept of this, the triangle or the square in the square. Back when this was first launched, I traveled to the UK and I left one of these quilts at Create and Craft Television. But the next time I went, I got it.
So you can make this same quilt in any size.
All 4 sizes, 7 sizes of cubes.
Right.
7.
Yeah, look at how fun that is.
So
All right, now Tammy, since you work with our retailers, can you share how our cubes have helped our retailers?
The cube system has actually helped everyone. It's made it easier for quilters, but also for retailers to be able to help their customers find just the right fit for them. Cubes are just fantastic and so versatile. So if you want to experience the cube system firsthand, you can go to the AccuQuilt website to find the store locator. This will find the AccuQuilt retailer closest to you. And I'm sure there's a store near you that can answer your questions in person.
yes. All right. So I'm going to ask the question. Do you have a favorite size of cube?
I do. My favorite is the 12-inch because it was our very original cube size.
Right.
And it was the one that I used to make my niece's memory quilt for her mom, who sadly passed away. Plus, I find it easier to sew larger shapes than smaller shapes. Pam, what about you?
I love the 10-inch because I can do that math. You know, 10, 20, 30, 40, I can do that. And I don't even have to ask Erica because we all know that hers is the 4-inch cube. And isn't it fun that I love the 10 and the 5 because they work together?
They do.
This has been so much fun. I love sharing the messages of AccuQuilt and old stories too. But I've got one last quilt to show off today. Here's our latest.
Oh, that's right. They let us spring this one on us.
Thank you, Lauren.
Spring Fling.
Okay, I want to have
This
it
is
the
by
right
Chrissy
size
Bowman
up.
of A Quilter's Touch Long Arm Quilting, and she used fabric from our good friends at Moda.
I love this.
So this is so pretty, the red, white, and blue with that touch of pink. It's patriotic because you can see the flags are here, but it's not so over much, right?
Right, and I love having this pretty lighter blue in there with the pink. It just, oh, it's gorgeous. I love this.
I love the circles, by the way, whatever
Yes.
dot print that is.
Yes.
From our good friends at Moda.
We love this one. All right, I think we have to show off the back because I love this
So
print
pretty.
so much.
It's directional fabric, so look at how pretty that is.
Yeah,
Yep.
I love it.
Very cute.
and gorgeous quilting too.
Love the roses.
Oh, well, Tammy, thank you so much for joining us. We were so glad to have you
I had
here
so
with
much
us
fun.
today. It was
So
so
much
fun
fun.
having
Thanks,
you here
Pam.
today.
You bet.
Yeah, I had lots of fun.
You bet.
You can leave that with us. Yeah, we'll take care of that.
Take good care of that. See you later, Tammy. I assume you mean by take care of it, it's code for we're going to take it with us, right?
Yes, of course. Well, quilters, we have taken you all through the history of AccuQuilt. And earlier in the show, we asked you how long you've had your fabric cutter. I've got it.
Oh, hallelujah, because I thought I lost. Okay, here's...
So we've both had ours for over 10 years, right?
Yes.
All right, Bonnie has had hers for 13 years. She got the go, and she got the go big this year. Congratulations, Bonnie.
All right, Robin has had hers 13 years.
Oh, Denise is at 14 years.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Judith, just like us, has had hers over 10 years.
Yeah, yep. And Susan got hers as a Christmas gift from her good husband in 2013.
That's so fun.
That is great.
Now listen,
is a
all
good
of you
husband.
who have the new, have the Go fabric cutter, make sure you upgrade to that Go Comfort Grip handle.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
You can get them on our website.
That's right.
I just love it.
This is so fun to hear.
It is. It is indeed.
All right, after all the inspiration and the reminiscing, we almost forgot to mention that we've got plenty of special deals available for you on our website today.
Oh, Eric, I'm glad you remembered. Okay, to get your order in, open a new tab in your browser, type in AccuQuilt.com/party, because when we're done here, we're eating cake.
That's right.
Go to the website, see the offers, and place your orders.
And it is time for us to do just that. But we also have to get ready for our next show. We hope that today's anniversary trunk show was just what you needed to inspire your next project.
Quilters, thank you so much for sharing this special time with us. Without all of you, AccuQuilt's wouldn't be celebrating 15 years. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching our show. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel and look for live events every Tuesday and Wednesday.
You can visit the events page on AccuQuilt's website for more details on upcoming shows. And while you're there, check out the blog for tips, tricks, tutorials, and inspiration galore.
And remember, at AccuQuilt, we help you cut time
so you can quilt more. Don't forget to check out our events page to register for upcoming events. Registering for each event means that you've entered to win a door prize that we'll give away during the show.
Be sure to join me every Wednesday at 12 noon Central Time for AccuQuilt Live. We have tons of fun. Tomorrow we have a special treat. The lovely Erica is going to join me, and we're going to kick off the first AQS and AccuQuilt-along of 2023.
And join us every Tuesday at 12 noon Central Time for launch parties and more trunk shows like what we had today. These events are filled with more tips, tricks, inspiration, and exciting samples. Next time, we'll be launching February's Die to Try series die. We hope to see you there.